Good morning, hello again. So we're back on the Trent. It's just coming towards the end of the summer and we're next to the toll bridge. So we're opposite the Wilford Rugby Club field. I'm catching bits at the moment, mainly dace. We had one roach, fishing maggot and castor, but I'm feeding and tears. And this time I bought some nice smelly roach ground bait with me. I'm still searching for them big roach. It's been a bit elusive the last few weeks. But I'm hoping to find some. So I'm in a really deep stretch again. I'm on the outside of the bend. We've got a westerly breeze today. It's forecast 24 degrees. Really lovely fishing conditions. The stick float's running through quite nice, and I've got about 10, 11 foot of depth on, maybe 12. I'm a little bit off bottom. I'm just experimenting. But at the moment, castor and maggots pulling up plenty of days. So we've been about half an hour so far, just trying my first tier. I've deepened off a little bit, so perhaps up to 12 feet now, just over a rod length out. I'm fishing my 17-foot float rod at the moment. But can we find them big roach? We're exploring the deeper water swims and hope we can pick some up. Maybe it's not the right conditions from easterly breeze with gorgeous sunshine. Maybe they won't feed, who knows. But I've had some good sessions recently on the Trent embankment and catching plenty of fish on stick float. Keep a look out for some of the videos coming out, some good barbel videos, good feeder sessions, big perch. But it looks like I'm the only one here again who's actually fishing anyway. If we just pan round, so you've got the old toll bridge, which is now the Tram bridge. To my left, and we're about 30 metres away from it. You'll hear trams buzzing around all day in the background. And there's nobody fishing up. Trent embankment all the way down past the old railway bridge. Can't see anybody fishing. And then over my right shoulder, we're opposite Wilford Rugby Club's playing field. And to my right, got the steep wall in front of all the industry. And nobody fishing again. So we've got all the fish to myself today. At least how we like it. Can we entice a big roach to have a feed? It's been a lovely summer with fishing, cricket, holidays in the UK. It's been fantastic. Although we're talking about drought conditions, we've had some rain. We've had a bit of rain recently and we've got rain forecast the next few days. So I thought I'd try and get a bit of fishing in before the weather turns for the winter, I think. Or for the autumn. I'm hoping there's a trot through. Trotting it through. I'm not sure you'll pick the float up, there's too much ripple. Go in the shadow of the bridge, maybe there's some big roach in the shadow of the bridge. And with this setup I can explore even further out. They've been catching big bream on this stretch on feeder halfway out. I may have a session for him if the conditions are right. Need a bit more wind and clouds and a bit of rain, it might feed better. But it's been taking 2 hours plus to get the feed continually going in, to actually get the fish shoaled up and catching on a regular basis. And some of the swims, all the swims I've caught straight from the start, but then it's died after an hour or so. I've gone mad to start with, but at the moment, one roach and dace, and yeah, 10 days, something like that. One bleak. Just so I've changed to a tear to see if we can pick something up. But no signs of roach on the tear yet. It's only my second roach. Came to a caster. Keep your feed going in. Big ones will come. Missed that one. Resisting the temptation to feed any maggots. Might end up a swim full of perch. Start feeding maggots. Got one in on the drop. Struck, missed a bite. Pick this one up. Roach number 3. A very little roach number 3. Biggest day so far. Clunker. Don't mind catching him that size. We'll have a look at the rig in a bit more detail. Bottom of the swim. Oh, it's a better roach. Start to get a little bit more frequent now. within 45 minutes. Probably had 20 fish. That's roach number 5, I think. These are all coming to caster at the moment. I've got some old maggots on the turn, so I've got a few casters that way, but I haven't got lots of casters with me today. Plenty of emp and tears, ground bait. So I've got about a pint of maggots that are on the turn. I'll just use them as hook baits, and hopefully that'll be enough just to get a few bites while I'm waiting for the tears to start producing. Of course, if we don't get the quantity of roach in the swim, tears might not work that well. So I deepened off about a foot, and that's definitely made a difference. I've picked a few more roach up after doing that. And we've got that westerly breeze, which is upstream, so it's holding the float nicely. When you've got the downstream breeze, it tends to bow the line. You miss more bites that way, but with the upstream breeze, it just holds the line out. So just pushed a bit further out now. 1.5 length out, which means I'm about a foot off the bottom, so I might deepen off. Still running through with caster on at the moment. Well, it's got a lovely depth on here though. Must be deep enough to hold some big roach. I think it slightly shallows up as I get near the bridge. If you look at the old historical photos of Nottinghamshire, you'll see some of these bridges, when they were built, there were other bridges next to it. I think there was originally another bridge here. I mean, I'm going back 100, 150 years before they built the newer toll bridge, which has since been upgraded, made into a tram bridge. You can take the weight and you can see the old black and white photos, and there's old wooden structure bridges in this area. Still feeding plenty of amp and a few tears. Early on that one. You get the odd dace and they're picking it up at depth and swimming up in the water. Found a better one. Oh, it feels like a perch. Oh, and it's come off. But I didn't quite see it. Oh, there was a silvery flank to it. Could that have been a big roach? Yeah, of course it could. They were a nice fish as well. Can you believe it? I've got a little 16 hook on. Shocking. There's lots of perch down here, so it's a good chance it were a perch. And I love the casters as well. But as it sort of rolled over in the sunlight, I could see a big silvery flank. So was it a roach? We'll never know. I'll keep feeding. Decasted. Might have a session down here on stick float, just fish maggot. I think we'll see how many perch you can get if you feed maggot. It's beautiful today though, absolutely lovely. It's like a gentle breeze, it's not getting too hot. It definitely shallows up when it gets nearer the bridge. A little roach. I've changed the hook. Not happy with losing that fish. I thought my hook wasn't quite sharp enough. No bites on the tier at the moment. One more cast through, I think. Go back on caster and maggot. We have a fish on tier. And of course it's the biggest fish so far. You can see the tear just above it, look. Promising. And that was a long way down the swim as well. Try that again. So I'd missed one or two bites or touches before that. Clouds are building up and the wind's getting stronger. Don't really forecast any rain today, but if you're really unlucky, you might get the odd shower drift across in certain areas. Looking at our weather app, none here. Not over Nottinghamshire I could find, so not expecting one. Not expecting a rain shower today. So we're back on double maggot. Pick the date up straight away. So at the moment, it's not promising for big roach. Not promising much at the moment. And carry on. Try a red and a white maggot. You never know, you can just all of a sudden come and feed. I'll fish over the empentiers with a double maggot and caster the next half an hour, and I'll try tear again in a bit. Oh, sun's back out, that's much better. Plenty of fish down there. Picking small roach up. Could have fished this peg with a 5 or 6 metre whip for all these little bits. You never know, trotting down might pick up them better fish. And a maggot and a caster now. Getting lots of dace on the drop. Might have to go back on tier with double maggot, which is just producing dace after dace after dace. The small ones as well. Probably got 50 fish now. We're lucky if I've got three pound and 50 fish. I think we're about 20 roach. Lots of bite on maggots and caster. Odd any bites on tier at the moment. Promising. The odd roach, a couple of ounce appearing. That's one of the biggest ones I've had. Are they getting bigger? We shall see. Maybe one of them days got to fight my way through the hordes of dace. Ooh, yeah, plunk. That's 2 consecutive good roach and the biggest one so far. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that one. That's a stunner. So I've hooked into another decent fish. So there are 2 quality roach. That's 2 casts. And I've found another one. Is this going to be a roach? No, it's a perch. Nice little fish, but a bit disappointing to get in them 2 roach. But have a few better fish moved in, maybe. Not a lot. Don't mind catching the big perch, but really hoping I can avoid them, really, the smaller ones. Well, that's 3 fishing, that's 3 put-ins, probably nearly a pound between them. O, klunk. Now we've got a shoal perch moved in. Oh, it's a roach. You just never know, do you? Dark coloured roach. That's better. 4 consecutive good fish, and that's a lovely one. Look at that beauty. Definitely the biggest so far. Quick look. Absolutely stunning. Look at that one. Another good one. That's 4 consecutive casts, 3 roach and a perch, of good quality. Do a quick time check. So how long it's took to get them here? 10:28. So it took 2 hours. It took 2 hours of constant feeding to get the better quality fish in the swim. Apart from the one I lost on about the hour mark. Try tear. Ooh. Was that a bite or just skim bottom? Just dragging bottom a little bit. try one more run through on tape. And we'll go back on the Maggiton caster. That little perch is chasing my bleak and dace around in the net. Alright, so the tear's not worked. So even after 2 hours, it's still not really taking the tear. One maggot, one caster. Got a decent fish on. Same size as a rowing boat. Ooh, what's this one? What have we got on here? A skimmer? Is this a bream? It's either a bream or a very nice roach. I'll take it very carefully. Oh, look, it's a roach. It's actually a nice bream. Or a hybrid, let's have a look at it. Crowds of rowers have just turned up. A lovely bream. Hooked another good fish. I've just had one bream, I'm thinking it's another one. See the silvery flank? It is, another bream. I wasn't expecting these so close in. Maybe that's that ground bait. Oh, I just fancy the consecutive casts. Have a quick look at it. Without taking it out of the net. Look at that beauty. I'm not actually holding it, am I? So I'm not taking the slime off. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Put in the net. Consecutive casts, eh? With a shoulder bream moving. And they're all coming to double maggot. You don't get many days where you're catching bream on the stick float, do you? Maybe they just like the sun going in. Bit of cloud cover. Wind's got up a little bit. So I'm back to just one rod length out at the moment. So I'm just sort of tripping bottom. But it slopes away. You know, another half a rod length out, it's another foot and a half deeper. So maybe they're coming up the slope. When you can get shoals of bream like that in your swim, often you get roach with them as well, big roach. Ooh, missed that one. Let's put a caster on with it. Try a maggot and a caster. But sometimes they can disappear as quick as they've come. Catch a couple of them and the shoulders move away. See how hungry they are. There's nobody else feeding them, there's only me here. To the roach. Oops. Well, bigger one on. A little bit bigger. Not a lot bigger. But after catching those couple of bream, it's gone quiet again. A little bit of a lull. So whether the bream are all spooked now and they've disappeared, or we've had a couple of predators come in. But they've been catching bream, I've heard up to £7 along this stretch, on feeder halfway out. I don't think you get many £7 bream on a stick float, close in. They'd have to be in a ravenous mood to come in this close, the bigger ones. It is quite unusual to get bream on the stick float of that size. You used to get hundreds of the hand-sized ones years ago, in the 80s. There were millions of them. Right, so it's just gone 11 o'clock, 2.5 hours into the session. The first 2 hours are lots of small fish, probably 50 small fish, and then the last half an hour, nice quality roach, 2 bream, a couple of perch. So it's been excellent the last half an hour. Just had a 5-minute lull. I picked another roach up, but I've lost, I pulled out of a good fish. Felt like it could have been a bream. Difficult to tell. I didn't have it on for long. Let's see if they're still there. I've got a feeling I caught them too, and I think they just moved off. So I'm just trying a red and a white maggot at the moment. Bit of a cocktail. I've had a couple of rundowns on tier and still not taking it. Just thought if there's some bigger roach in there, they'll be taking it by now. But it's certainly been an unusual session so far. But, back to little roach again. Ooh, clunk. It's a big clunk then. Maggot in a caster. Come on, big roach. Stopped getting bleak in day so since the bigger fish moved in. Bit of a laugh to my left. People are filling off the boats. We've towed them to the side. Can't get back in. Oh dear. There's a group of them, they'll sort them out. Lovely on the tier. Nice. Just when I was thinking there was none left in the swim. Fish have been very finicky today. Little touches on the tier and not really taking it. We're not quite sure what it is. I changed back to tier because I just had a couple of small roach and a dace on double maggot or maggot and caster. So I thought I'd just try a tier and just see if there's any bigger roach around and deter the dace a little bit. Started feeding maggots in caster again. This is single caster. Put these on. For a nice roach. When that wind drops off, sun comes out, it's absolutely gorgeous. Going for a quiet period. 3 or 4 run-throughs now and no bites at all. So he just misses one. Put maggot and caster on, so I'm starting to feed my old maggots and casters. Only just on the turn, so nearly pretty much sinking. If you can encourage a few more fish back in the swim. Something spooked him. With a pike coming sat in the swim, maybe. Let's just try single caster. Just feeding maggots and caster then. Yeah, single caster, picked a fish up. Not a big fish. A nice roach anyway. Try that again. Another decent one on caster again. There's still some beauties down there. There's few and far between there. There's not many of them. Right, so it's 12 o'clock. We've been fishing for 3.5 hours. We've probably got 80 or 90 fish, of which only 10 of them are decent. A couple of bream, perch, and then a handful of decent roach, really. The rest of them are quite small, lots of bits. So we're going to give it another half an hour, maybe an hour, and see if it improves a little bit. It's been a beautiful morning though, absolutely gorgeous. Summer fishing on the Trent. I've got tear on at the moment, just experimenting. Maggots have been shredded by dace again. So I think I may have lost a better fish. You never know, running down with a tea, might just pick up that quality roach. Tucking right down the swim now, a bit further out. If there's anything wants to take the tear. We'll have a quick look at the rig. Got 18-inch trace. Just turn it out a little bit. Here's the tear on a 16 hook. 3-pound trace, swivel, spread out number 8s, and then 2 bulk. That's all in the last 3 feet. So that gets the rig down very quickly. And then a very deep rig, I have my 5BB Johnny Street float with 4 rubbers on it again, so I've got them on the taper so I can alter the tension, and that won't move at all during the session unless I really wanted to, if I'm adjusting my depth. And I'm just going to bring that up a foot, go a bit further out, and to see if there's anything. If it's gone quite further in, the fish may have just pushed out a little bit. We're going to have a look for them in the last half an hour. So have a couple of goes with tear, and then I'll change back again. Main line's £4, so that trace is £3 to 16 hook. But I could change that, put a £2.8 trace onto a 16 or an 18 and lighten it off, but it seems to be working well on these sessions I've been doing. £3 line. It's a bit more robust. Come on, roaches, where are you? think I'm just dragging on a bit now. I've gone that extra bit deeper. Must be. Nearly 15 foot deep now, 14 foot deep. I'm getting a caster. Yeah, just dragging on. Just drop that down a bit. Get 6 inches off it. Just that bit of experimenting, we've found a better fish. The biggest dace of the bay by some margin. It's a lovely dace. And 14 foot of water and double maggot. Stripey again. Not the monster one. They eat a lot of fry, these will. Three maggots. Put a bunch of maggots on, getting perch. There's any bigger ones down there. We'll have a couple more fish, I think. I think we'll So this toll bridge stretch of the embankment's all free again, apart from having to park the car. You need £2 charge from the council, but it's still a lovely place to fish. Loads of fish here. Actually, we're back again. I think I'll try a different swim. Didn't quite pick up the quality of roach I wanted from this swim, really. What am I? We went so deep, 14 foot deep. Just to rod an half length out. I thought you would get the roach, but maybe they just weren't in the feeding mood today. The hot sun, maybe. I don't know. Had a few nice fish, but not the quantity I was hoping for. But it's been a lovely morning. I've really enjoyed it. It's nice, relaxing, getting away. I know I've hooked a bit of weed on the bottom. Went clunk then, I thought I was in for a good fish. I've lost a couple of fish, but nothing. Maybe that first one. If it was a perch, probably around about the pound mark. If it was a roach, that same sort of size, that's disappointing to have lost that. But then picked up them 2 bonus bream. And I think I lost another one similar. But then they only briefly came into the swim, I think, had something to eat and spooked them and disappeared. But it was that second, from the 2 hour to 2.5 hour mark, there where the bigger fish came in, really. That's where I got my best bites and the best fish. And it's died away after that. Picking odd fish up. Oh. Decent fish. Little perch, I think. Little stripey. I wanted them 3 maggots. I've had 3 perches just after fishing 3 maggots. All little ones. I think if I fish this swim again, I think I might fish feeder, go halfway out. It's quite a narrow part of the Trent here. So if there's any bigger fish further out, have a feeder session. It's only been a busy morning, plenty of bites. Bites every put in. Almost. And I think we'll make this a nice way to end the session. Little 2 ounce roach, and that about sums the session up. Most of the fish have been round 2 ounce or smaller. The average stamp has been quite small, but it's a nice way to end the session. we'll get back to weight and we'll have a quick look at what we've caught. Alright, so we've had 4 hours. What have we caught? Lots of small fish. It's a bit more than I thought actually. I'll settle down a minute. Actually, it's not too bad a catch. There are loads of bits, so probably about 80 fish. So there's a few nice fish in there. There's a couple of decent roach. That's probably the biggest one. Not a monster, but nice anyway. And then they've got the bream. A couple of decent skimmers. Another nice roach in there. There's quite a few. Probably. I bet there's £10, but it's still £10 a fish. Yeah, I bet there is. Have a quick look. Let's put them back. Done. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, it is free fishing down here on the Trent steps, apart from the parking, which the council put a £2 charge on it for, which is not a lot, is it? But it is lovely fishing. There's plenty of fish here. Great for families to come down, teach your kids how to fish and places like this, and it doesn't cost anything. So it's definitely worth coming. This session was a bit strange. The first 2 hours, lots of very small fish, lots of bits. Couldn't get through them, struggled to get fish on tier. So the first 2 hours, probably 50 small fish, and kept changing to tier, but weren't really doing much good. And then from 2 hours to 2.5 hours, I had most of my decent fish. That half an hour, the shoal came in, I caught a couple of decent, nice perch, a few decent roach, and then them 2 bream. And then after that, half an hour period, it died off again. I was just getting odd fish up until the 4 hour mark. So the last hour and a half, less small fish. Picked up a few more perch. I lost, I think, probably another bream, but ended up with probably £9 or £10 of fish, 80 odd fish, and it was a lovely morning's fishing. But it's a similar pattern to some of the other sessions. Second to third hour has been the best part. It's took a while to get the fish to come on, and that might be just because they're not used to seeing any feed around here, and it takes a while to move on to it. But it's very hot, sunny conditions as well, so it's quite often the fish are lethargic and not chasing the bait round. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll speak again soon on one of my other videos, no doubt, hopefully. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. There's a few nice fish in there, a couple of decent roach. That's probably the biggest one. Not a monster, but nice anyway. And then they've got the bream. A couple of decent skimmers.